Good now, revolutionaries. Happy Thursday to you. Whether you're listening morning, noon, or night, it's time, my friends, to wake up and smell the crypto. I am caffeinated. I'm supinated. I almost threw my water off my desk-inated. Can you believe it? It's another week gone. I don't know what's going on for you this weekend, but I am excited to finally get some nice sunny weather. We're always talking about life online, us chronically online individuals, but you got to get offline and get some of that vitamin D sometime, people. I hope you've got a great weekend ahead of you. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to unwind a little bit. We've got the POAP to give away, and we'll talk about some of the stuff that's coming up next week as we talk about Web3 gaming. NFTs integrated into your video games. True ownership, baby. That's the kind of thing we nerd out about here on the Rise Up Morning Show. If you don't know me, my name is Evan. I'll be joined shortly by my colleague and co-host, Mr. Alex Popovich, and together we represent the Faceless Many, everyday people like you and I who will learn to leverage blockchain technology to rise up and write a better future. This is not a show for the techies. It's not a show for get-rich-quick hypesters. It is a show for people curious about learning so that they can position themselves for the future that is coming. It's a place where no one's going to try. Anyone can ask any kind of question. If we don't know the answer, we'll tell you. And we'll generally try to have as much fun as possible while also learning a little bit. This is him. This is Alex. Welcome, brother. How you doing?
Good. So good. Yeah. My mom and sister arrived last night.
Oh,
So
that's wonderful.
they are hanging out. I did hear your intro, and I think I'm turning over a new leaf, Evan. I'm going to start lying to the people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This humility thing it's gone on long enough. I think it's time to embrace our inner Web3 content creators and just start lying to everybody.
I can take off my shirt. I don't know if we're turning over a new leaf.
No,
I think you should. Alex, I think what you should do is open one of those channels that's like, first of all, you need to be a way more colorful character. And you need a name like a,
No,
I don't know.
I'm gonna wear the wizard's blanket robe,
Oh,
and
dude.
just lie, just make up shit.
Yeah, just do price predictions literally all the time. And, when you get one right, we'll repost it, hashtag I told you so.
Yep,
And, man,
yep.
that's gold, dude.
I got to make sure that I constantly delete the videos with bad takes.
And if people disagree with you, just interrupt them and talk louder,
Yeah,
or block them, or call them haters,
yeah.
right? Don't let people ask too many questions either. We get in trouble for that probably a lot.
We don't have time for questions anymore. Just don't be a hater. Oh, and I think the other good one, if you question me, then I will just hashtag stay broke you, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, have fun staying poor. Exactly. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's sad
Alex,
because
that
these
would
are
be.
all things that we've seen in real life just happen. Like
I would be willing to bet though that there is a version of you somewhere that is doing, like the multiple universes theory kind of thing. I, ugh, I cringe to think about your evil twin, and I'm so glad that you're the guy that we end up with on this show every day. That's for sure.
says
My
name a car for an edit. Easy. 1969 Chevy Stingray. Cheers.
I just want a new truck.
Dude, I
Any kind
gotta
of
send you a
truck, man.
picture. My chief, the one that I got the bike from,
Yeah.
he's doing a new build right now. He just bought a 1955 Chevy Bel Air,
Wow.
and dude, it's beautiful. So now he has
Cool. I
the
think you told me about that actually.
yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, I love old. There's nothing cooler than old cars. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
will
and
die.
Alex is really a car guy. I'm just I have used a car. We often use that analogy on the show for people at all levels of blockchain experience. You don't have to be a mechanic to drive your car to the grocery store. That's me. Alex would be the guy want to help you talk about cars and fix up a car, and
I was a mechanic in a previous life.
he literally was a mechanic. So,
Yeah.
Man,
But
I'm glad you're here today. I don't need my car fixed, but I do need your friendship, and I do need you to stay on this side. I don't need you to. It would be cool if you put on the wizard robe, but I don't need you to go off the deep end, man.
all right, I will hold off on lying to the people for a little bit longer then. But you know what I did this morning as a just a little exercise because I'm up early taking Jordan to the bus stop,
Yeah.
and I let me pull this up because it was actually really good, and I was really impressed. Um, so first of all, it's an AI thing. I'm really annoyed that Google renamed Bard to Gemini. I thought Bard was such a great name. Do you know? I
Hold
mean,
on. Wait a second. When did this happen?
like 2 weeks ago.
So this is what everyone's been talking about when they're talking about Gemini. I don't use Bard really for context unless I'm on Google, and they don't put the name there.
No.
I feel immediately better. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. So I wish that they had kept it because I absolutely loved the name Bard. I thought it was a great.
I
I thought it was such a good name for the tool, like for what it is, just expertly named.
I agree.
Um, of course, why isn't it saved? This is the one thing that just really chaps my ass is that they don't save the threads sometimes. Okay, it's fine. I barely got anywhere. Anyway, all I said, the opening prompt was just, I run an educational Web3 morning show. Give me relevant topics to cover today. And just
Love
like
it.
basically scrape together all the important shit. I'm going to do this every single morning from now on because it gave me just a list
Really?
of like news within the last 24 hours. Um, and all that, just a great little organization, and then like a little show structure, some of it was a little bit redundant, whatever. But dude, it was fucking, it was perfect. It was so good.
Dude,
So I'm gonna
send it
I'm
to me.
gonna
Let me see what they got.
I'm gonna reprompt it because
That's
my
just
thread's
another
gone.
point for Bard. I'll tell you what, GPT has been down a lot this week, or at least it's been down on some of my devices and not others. And I don't know. It could be me. Maybe I'm getting lazy. Maybe the prompt engineer is taking a break, but I don't know, man. It's just not doing it for me lately. All right, let me tell you what is doing it for me, though. Speaking of AI, speaking of generated stuff, today is the day. If you've been hanging out all week, we are doing the POAP giveaway. Stick around at the end of the show for the secret word, and then you can win. By win, I mean, everyone will get one if you follow the instructions. But it feels like a win to me because check out this cool piece of art that Alex has gifted us with this week. This might be my favorite POAP yet that we've done.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't see the entire thing because, you know, but once you
Do,
get your beautiful POAP, you'll
Evan,
be
do I
able to
have
check
to
out this piece of art in all its glory. I think you
ratio that one for you?
no.
Okay.
This is TikTok ratioed. It's
Oh, okay.
perfectly ratioed on the POAP. Um, I love it. I love the little drip from the eye. She's got the coffee.
Yeah. Oh
She's
no,
looking to the future, just
dude, so
beyond the
good.
horizon. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's
it's
super
pretty
good.
great.
Well, and if I'm not
Uh,
mistaken, the tattoos are Rise Up Morning Show themed as well.
so she's got this. This looks like P. It looks like PMS from this angle. I'm sure that's not what it is. Uh, this one I think says AM.
Yep.
Uh, and this looks like if a brain and an intestine had a baby. Um, I don't know. She's an interesting character, that's for sure. I'd like to have a conversation with her. Figure out what she's will the revolution will she be at the revolution? Speaking of people I'd like to see at the revolution, Alex, when you did that video yesterday, one thing you don't need to be humble about is that your hair is coming along really well. You had the lighting right. The beard was looking good. I was like, wow. Kim sent it to me, and she said there's Alex on his model game again. I said,
No.
yeah, model.
I only entertain
Quite
that
photogenic, my friend.
because it's Kim that's saying it. I wouldn't
Yeah,
trust
that's
anyone
that's
else.
high praise. Kim is nice to everybody, but she is sincere. She's as sincere as it gets.
It,
So
Kim, Kim is one of those people that's like, I don't know her as well as I wish I did because she's probably just like one of the most interesting people, but she withholds.
yeah. We cleaned out
I'm
our
assuming,
attic this week
I'm
to
assuming
do a
right now
photo shoot in the attic.
that she's
What's that?
right on the other. I'm assuming right now she's right on the other side of your phone, just
She's
not coming.
probably she usually she's usually here in the studio audience, as well as the live audience on screen. She's super supportive, although she sometimes is lurking and is not watching. But usually I'll know. I'll hear, and then I'll the door will open and she'll say, and you tell Alex this. She's always listening. So hi, honey, I love you. Um, Man, did you? What do you? What so? What do you want to? What do you want to? What do you want to touch on? What do you want to talk about? What did Bart suggest today?
All right, so it's interesting because I just reprompted it and it gave me some different current events. Um, but I wanted to chase this one thing, and I haven't looked
Okay.
at CryptoPanic yet. So I'm about to pull this up and then compare CryptoPanic's top trending and see what the like crossover looks like. Because I was pretty interested to see what that was like. Because the opening thing that it recommended talking about was the Starkware and Polygon partnership, which was announced yesterday. And I was like, cool. What the hell is Starkware?
Yeah, sounds like Iron Man.
Okay, so here it recommended this, and I just said, okay, cool. Expand on the Starkware and Polygon partnership and explain to me why it's relevant. Um, Oh, this is kind of cool, Evan. You should definitely go take a little stroll around. Well, now it's called Gemini again, because it's so I reprompted it, right, and then it sent me the results, and then it highlighted some of the stuff, and I'm noticing that the things that are highlighted are like the more fact heavy, like science, like technical
Oh,
information.
that's cool. And
And
everything else is like the filler, kind of explaining.
no. You can expand each of these highlighted segments, and it will show you its sourcing for double checking this information as accurate.
Wow. Okay. Look at you, Gemini, formerly Bard.
So that's pretty cool. This is a huge improvement. Based on how this is going, and I don't say this lightly, I'm considering like suspending my ChatGPT payment in favor of just using Bard for a bit if it's gonna, keep going like this. The one thing is just the
That's.
thread. Just save my threads consistently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Oh
Otis,
my
what's up?
goodness. Oh, yeah. Hey, Otis. Hey, everybody. So we're getting down to it. Stark and Polygon are
Yep.
according to Gemini is replacing Alex and I. Alex is giving up humility for Lent, and
Yep.
and I don't know what's going to happen to me, man. So what's going on with this partnership?
Evan's gonna shave his head.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would get Kim in here like no, real fast, man.
All right. So here's the highlight on what the Stark and Polygon partnership is. And now again, interestingly, I'm giving this to you as Gemini has given it to me, and
Okay.
I don't know what Starkware is, and I don't know anything about this partnership. This is the first
Okay.
time hearing about
And
it.
I'm going to check it because I've got a CoinDesk article up, which is only one
Cool.
source, but it's a source we think is
Yeah.
probably done a good job. So let's see if there are any holes or color or anything like that.
Yes. Majestic, you're going off right now. What I must have missed a very important comment.
I don't know that I know. I don't recognize this username Majestic,
Oh yeah,
but
Majestic hangs out. Um,
Majestic. Oh, is Majestic our? Oh, I see the emojis now. Hey, Majestic.
do I want your social security number, your date of birth, your CDL, your ATM pin, and your mother's maiden name, and your shoe size, please?
Sorry. Oh, before I can get in the box, I bet Majestic requested to speak. I don't see your request there, Majestic. And Majestic, I love that you're here all the time. I love that you're with us. I, maybe I wasn't clear before, and I want to say to everybody in the audience, we would love to have anybody on this show. But what we'd like to do for people that we just haven't met face to face, even though you've been here, you've been supporting, we really like to just have a short conversation first, kind of thing. Not trying to gatekeep from you. The
A little
best way
bit.
to do that, and I haven't said this yet, is to join our Discord community. It's totally free. If you have trouble with Discord, you send me a message. I'll help you out. Discord.gg/the many. We can talk there by voice. It really just helps us keep our audience safe. We've had people before come in and they're really nice and stuff, and we don't
That's
take
just,
that time, and
yep.
then they troll the audience or they say harmful things, and bad for the platform, bad for our audience. We would love to have you on.
Just
I
that,
need you to help me by doing that first. That would be like awesome. And I was thinking about this. Sorry, side note, Alex. I was thinking about opening up a Substack Patreon thing. I've been exploring that a little bit. I think that would be a great way for people to be able to support us. Is, obviously we'd love to have any guests on our show, but if you want to jump the queue, expedite the process, I think, I don't know, if somebody was going to give us $5 a month or something, I'd let them come on anytime and talk about pretty much anything they wanted. I don't know. Think
yeah.
about it. Put it in the back of your noodle.
Yeah, it's like Evan's saying. We had an open floor at one point on the Twitter space, and I think like the first person we let up just immediately started yelling racial slurs, and I was like, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day we're going to have like a mod who's able to take the call beforehand and talk to him and then put us on, and we'll be like live delayed so we can, but right now we
Yeah.
got to do it that way. So thank you for understanding. I'm sorry, Alex. So
All right.
so we're testing Gemini.
Yeah.
Start.
Okay, so to be clear, you said you have a different article that is pulled up from the same story.
I am looking at CoinDesk from yesterday.
Okay.
This is a story introducing Polygon and Starkware tout new Circle Starks as breakthrough for zero knowledge proofs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's the vibe. That makes sense then. So this is introducing Circle Starks. This innovative cryptographic proof aims to revolutionize transaction speeds and costs on the Ethereum Layer 2 solutions, and I can expand that and chase sourcing for that claim. Promises faster verification and lower fees compared to existing solutions. Again, I can expand that and chase the sourcing. Starkware is bringing its pioneered zero-knowledge proof technology, while Polygon is contributing the ZK EVM technology. And don't worry about those fancy words. We'll break that down in a second. And experience in scaling solutions. What does it mean? Dude, the way that this is organized is great. I'll DM the whole thing to you when I'm done.
Yeah, I love that it does that. What does it mean?
Improving scalability for Ethereum, lower barrier to entry, stronger collaboration. So, I mean, off the rip, that sounds great, right? Like, as we were just talking about yesterday, using Ethereum sucks. I was, anxious for the bull run to come back, but at the same time, I'm going to not be using Ethereum anymore because I am now priced out from using money for gas. Like, in the bear market, I could spend $1 or two at 3 a.m. to do, a transaction if I wanted to or something. And
Right.
even that I'm spoiled with blockchains like Multiverse X charge me a maximum of, 0.6 of a penny, for gas. I'm very spoiled now, but, anyway, so what it means, and it kind of has a little bit of an expansion on that. Key points to discuss on the show. How does this impact existing users? How will this collaboration affect existing users of Polygon and Starkware-based solutions? Adoption by other players. Will other Layer 2 solutions join forces or develop similar collaborations? Potential challenges, future outlook. And then additional talking points. So the one thing that it didn't really do is, and I'm sure I could ask it for a follow-up. It didn't give me any of the technicals, like what the hell is all of this?
Mm-hmm.
But I would 100% recommend that you use this as an aid to your learning journey. Just take some of these words, right, and go to these big tools like this. Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever.
And honestly, even the Google with Copilot does this, I think, better than GPT does.
Yeah. and just ask it. Okay, so what was the first thing? So
It was about
this is bringing zero knowledge proof, while Polygon is contributing rollups.
yeah,
So it's like, okay,
ask it. I would say ask it. Can you help me explain the difference? First of all, what is a zero knowledge proof? What is a roll up? And what are the differences? Because that's where I was going to go.
yeah,
Because this article is loaded with buzzwords. Everyone's like totally scrolled by now. But it's all really important stuff, and I would be willing to bet it's going to give you a really eloquent, simple
yeah.
answer.
I mean, at the end of it, I was just very impressed with the way that it did this. So I really like the organization of the information as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, and then it has Visa's launching crypto rewards cash in Singapore. Um, the SEC is doing some shit.
Did you ask it a follow up about zero knowledge proofs
Oh yeah,
versus
sorry. I
rollups?
mean,
No, no,
we
no,
can.
it's okay. Don't leave
Yeah,
me
so
hanging, man.
I didn't know we actually wanted to go through that.
I think
Um,
we do. I think most people in our audience. I'll say most people. I think I don't think we should assume that most people in our audience know what it is, or the difference between a zk proof and what is a proof, what is a roll up. Um, and I'd like to at least tell them why this story matters, because I do think it is an important. We were just bagging on Polygon yesterday a little bit, and
yeah.
this is pretty good news, I would say.
Yeah, so I just followed up by real quick. Sorry, Tori. Yes, they do. So I've never used, but you can voice dictate your prompt to it, and then for the first time, let's see what happens when I click listen to this answer, because I have no clue what it sounds like. It's thinking.
A zero-knowledge proof, ZKP, is a cryptographic technique that allows
It's pretty
one
good.
party, the prover, to convince another party, the verifier, that they
That's
have
actually
certain
wild.
knowledge or information without revealing any details of that knowledge itself.
All right,
And that's a great definition too.
that's way better than I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah. Fedram says their Google Assistant is now upgraded to Gemini on their Pixel phone. Well,
No shit.
I'm really thinking about making the switch from GPT, honestly.
Yeah.
Tori says, sounds like a voice at a museum exhibit button.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's AI generated. That could have been the prompt.
That could be, I'll tell you what, the Podcrafter voices that Michael does, those are so rich, robust. If you guys haven't checked out what our friend Michael is doing at Podcrafter, it's spelled like it sounds, except there's no ER at the end. It's just an R. He's doing cool stuff. Alex and I are trying to get up to speed with it. That was a really good definition. I'm impressed. Let's say at this point, folks, this show is not sponsored by Gemini, but
But it could be.
it could be. We would take that Gemini money, and
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna start using that product a lot more. It beat GPT in the head-to-head too that we did, months ago. So
Yeah.
here we are, finally
I
getting around to it.
I do like GPT for a couple specific things. Like I have found, like I said, I've found like thread organization to be better. But I am lately generally much happier with and code writing. I've had way better luck with like code layout if I'm like when I was writing JSON files for the game characters, it was super easy to just like send a spreadsheet, a CSV to ChatGPT, and then detail like which columns and which rows I wanted on which whatever and how I wanted it organized, and just say like, okay, generate me 9 JSON files, whatever, separate them out into different code boxes, and boom, 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 boom. It was great for that, and Bard was struggling with that. But yeah, anyway.
I had GPT struggling with. I had a song list, just like I don't know, 400 songs that I've been performing out and about at restaurants. And I said, okay, I want to turn this into a request list. All these songs, take them, here are song titles, artist names. It was messy data. I want you to, first of all, clean it up so I get song name, artist name. And then I want you to sort them into alphabetical order by song name. And after you get done with that, we'll sort them into alphabetical order by artist name. And we're going to turn this into a spreadsheet. I gave it the whole assignment, and I said, first do this. I think I gave it a fine prompt, but it just kept, I think it was a data thing. It kept getting hung up halfway through the task. And it would start again and start again and start again and start again. And eventually it would give me an error message. And so I would regenerate. And the frustrating thing is when I would go to regenerate, before I would regenerate, after I got the error message, it would invalidate all the work it had been doing.
Yeah.
Eventually, I knew it was going to do an error. I stopped it so that I could copy the work it had done so far because it was like on track. It just, like pooped out or whatever. And eventually that's what I had to do. I had to, start, stop it, copy, paste stuff, and then do most of
Yeah.
it myself with Excel.
Well,
I was like, oh, it sucked.
I had a big argument with ChatGPT recently too about the JSONs because it was like it would basically just tell me like unable to process CSV, and I'm like, okay, why? And it's like, can't tell you, just can't do it. And I'm like, no, I don't accept that as an answer. Try again. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, I just can't fucking do it. All right, leave me alone. And I'm like, listen, that's not an option. You work for me. All right, I pay you. And it was just like, you try resending it. So I resent it, and it was like, no, I can't use this. And we just went back and forth. And then all of a sudden, finally, I was just like, I deleted the thread, started over again, and I was like, recently I sent you this CSV and you couldn't handle it. Here it is. Do better. And it just knocked it out. It just did the whole thing. And I was like, what the hell? So I've found recently some inconsistencies with like the specific shit, like analyze this file and give me this information from the file. It was struggling with that. That was very inconsistent. But, generally if I'm just like, hey, tell me about this or explain this to me like I'm 5. It was doing a pretty good job at that. Morning,
Alex,
Edwin.
do you know if Gemini has a collaboration plan, like a co-work space, like for enterprise? Because that seems like the most natural. First of all, categorizing your threads into folders, GPT missed that mark. But collaborative workspaces, because this thread you're starting, naturally, you'd want to invite me as a collaborator, so it'd save you like 3 or 4 steps every day. And I also am thinking if they had integrations the way GPT does, we could totally. Michael is doing this Podcrafter thing, helping us set up podcasts from a newsletter. We're working on getting a newsletter. How cool would it be to take this in this format that you like, that I'm sure is perfect, to say, okay, now send this to an email, make it our newsletter, make it, an email to Michael and whatever, like it would be so easy. Or if it was a script for us with talking points, like obviously I love typing back and forth with you, but that would probably save us hours of time.
No, I agree. Here, check this out. This is
let me check it out.
This is the layout. This is the layout that, and now granted, again, this is the layout that it gave me with like no structure. I didn't give it anything. Like you could prompt it much better. My prompt was garbage. Like it was.
And just for fun, so people can see this too, I'll tell you, I'm going to show them kind of what I wonder. Could you give it, it's just very brief, succinct, current events, pick 2 or 3. It's got a bulleted list.
Yep.
Some depth. That's nice. Could you ask it? You don't have to do this right now, but I'd be curious. I really tend to like, because I'm used to it, the spreadsheet sort of format with like a time clock. I don't know how you'd paste a spreadsheet in. Can you upload files in Gemini?
You can upload a CSV, yes.
Yeah, I can try that later because I'd be interested to know. The way I tend to do show schedules is like, it's a spreadsheet. It's got the time. It's got the time for each segment. So you can see this is a 60-second segment or whatever. And then, notes, related content.
Download that as a CSV and upload it and then ask it to do something based off of that. It should do a pretty good job.
Edwin says you can ask it to pick 2 of 3. I think that's Bard's instruction, Gemini's instruction to us. It's suggesting, Edwin missed the prompt earlier. Alex was just talking about how he was preparing for the show or testing out Gemini as a way to prepare for the show. He was like, okay, I'm doing this morning show tomorrow. Give me some current events, help me research it, put it in a suggested format. What was the prompt you used? I could have just asked you.
Dude, No, that's way more involved. I basically just said I run an educational Web3 and blockchain related morning show live on TikTok. Give me a good layout of relevant topics that I can cover today. Start off with current events from the last 24 hours and why they matter if they matter.
I mean, yeah. The fifth grader behind GPT called his brother in college, probably. Edwin said, that's so funny. Oh,
It generally holds threads. I just noticed that like I did one this morning, this first prompt, and then I just opened it on a different machine and it's not saved. So maybe it's just like not synced from my other device yet or something, but I don't know. Anyway, I think that's enough of a Let me look at I wanted to look at CryptoPanic and see if it picked out.
Tori says, I love how meta and fourth wall breaking this morning is, and I have to say I agree. My favorite is that I noticed your mom started watching the show, and I know she's like over there somewhere. And
Yeah.
like, so it's super meta. We're in the literal metaverse in between here on the Rise
If there
Up
is
Morning
a
Show.
fifth wall, we're coming for it.
Yeah, oh yeah, watch out, baby. And I do want to shout out and say, if you're here in the audience, thank you for being here with us. We so appreciate it. This is the most fun we have in the morning, probably legally anywhere. We're here every Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and Thursdays are kind of our unhinged loose day, but we usually take a topic week by week that's relevant to the Web3 space. Next week, we're talking about Web3 gaming, owning your assets, whether that's in the Minecraft universe or the files you buy to play, I don't know, a direct-to-console game.
Evan,
Yes.
don't hold me to it because I have no idea if he'll do it or not. But this was like, it was just perfect, dude. There's a Destiny 2 content creator that I follow on TikTok. So definitely, he knows the platform. He makes a lot of content here. He made a video, and he's not, as far as I know, he's never mentioned Web3. He's never mentioned any of that stuff before. And he was responding to someone's comment about like, what do we do based on or because of this, or like, I hate that the game did this or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And he just basically did this explainer. He's like, look, dude, you don't own any of this shit. They can do whatever they want. You don't own any of the stuff. They could take it all offline tomorrow and all of your stuff would be gone. You don't own anything. A corporation owns all of it. Nothing you really want or say about the game really matters because none of it's yours. And I was just like, that's fucking it, dude. That's it. And it was totally like unrelated, never mentioned Web3 once, but I immediately reached out. I was like, listen, will you join this show one time next week and be the diehard like Web2 gaming aficionado? Come in as a skeptic, I don't care. And let's break this down because like you're
Oh my God, yeah.
100% right on the money. Like yes, you don't own any of this shit. None of this shit is
None
yours.
of it.
So we'll see.
That's good. And there's someone I would like to. Maybe we could do that more too. Have some skeptics on. There's a guy. His handle is Goofy Thoughts on TikTok, and he went viral for a video he did about the digital ownership problem, particularly in I think not gaming focused, but adjacent. Streaming spaces. What you buy from Disney, what you buy from Netflix, kind of stuff. And his whole thing was they're coming for your digital goods. You don't own them. I've been telling you this for years. This is why I have VHS. This is why I have CD. This is why I have this. And we're talking in the comments about it. It is so hard. And I think he probably had less familiarity with some of the solutions that exist, but was a little familiar enough to have a conversation. I wrote it down, and I would love to do that. The Skeptic Show.
Yeah. I mean, we're both pretty hefty skeptics.
Honestly, we are. I wouldn't say you're hefty, man. I think you're very svelte.
My skepticism has heft to it. All right.
I couldn't resist, man. But yes, we are skeptical, which is my favorite thing. I love when someone says this stuff is aren't you? Yes, I am concerned. I am deeply concerned.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
I know that's my favorite. It's just like, no, I don't care about crypto. It's almost all scams. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. I would say like 97% is And I think scam is a strong word. I think it's just trash.
Yeah.
It probably is not all from a malicious you
No.
know place. It's just stupid.
I
I
gotta
mean,
say,
dude,
Tori
that's the
says
nature
she's
of
walking to school. Tori, I hope you're having a beautiful walk today. I absolutely love that people are like walking and talking with us. I love that it's Tori specifically, but um, Alex, I'm wondering if I can tell you, since we're doing our Unhinged show, something that I don't know if it's cringy or not, and I don't know if it's feasible or not, and I don't know why I'm worried to tell people this, but I'm not really worried. I want to know what you think about an idea I had. Brief idea.
how's
Yesterday.
it set up.
Yesterday, we had a photo shoot in the attic for a guy who's doing, new music, friend of Kim's, longtime friend of mine, because of Kim. And we were cleaning out our attic to prep for this shoot. So much crap, among which are two Dell HP computers circa 2007 to 2013. And they need power cables. Mouse chewed through them. They appear to be fine. And honestly, all I can think about, I put them in my truck instead of at the terrible trash pile at my curb. All I can think about is, what if the person in this house who owned this computer has like a dot wallet file because they heard about Bitcoin from their cousin and they spent 25 bucks on it in
Dude,
2011, and what if we can find it? And then I started to think about, what would it be like, being the guy who goes around with a metal detector at the park looking for buried treasure, except it's computers at estate sales. And
you should
obviously,
absolutely.
the odds are so
Yeah.
astronomically low. Like, I probably am more likely to get hit by lightning. But the idea secretly thrilled me. What would it take? This is probably a password protected computer, but I mean, if they got a file on it, I'm going to recognize it, and then it's just a matter of plugging it into my, whatever.
It's
Uh,
I would say it's worth checking, dude. And there's a lot of talented individuals that we know that could get. I mean, dude, just get in there and then text Skull Elf, and I'm guarantee he'll let you break it.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Skull Elf. I was thinking Ethan could probably help. These guys could probably help me from wherever the hell they are in the world, and I'd just give them, half of it or whatever. And if we find, even if we find like one Bitcoin, like that's our time right there.
Yep.
Ah,
It's
I
worth it's worth looking. I would say it's worth looking at, dude. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You're in the same position you are right now.
Well, and then I was thinking, like, what if we crowdsourced it and made it a morning show thing, like a treasure hunt, and how would we do it? I don't know, we'd all go to Bard or GPT Gemini, and we'd say, okay, give me a list of people who worked in computer science departments at universities from, I don't know, 1980 to 2000. I'm just trying to think of the profile of like the early Bitcoiner,
Hmm.
and also like chronically online individuals who worked at Pizza Hut in 2011 or something like that. I don't know. And then we'd like find their houses and we'd look for estate sale. I don't know what it would look like, but I had the whole whiteboard map with like threads and pins in my mind, and I was like, this could be it, man. This could
That,
be the treasure hunt of a lifetime.
that sounds like it should be a show on the History Channel that airs after like Storage Wars and American Picker. Where it's like it's the equivalent of American Picker, except it's the digital version because that's the newest kind of like old vintage.
Right.
And you're just going looking for just crazy shit on old hard drives.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And the cold
it'd be
open is like
super,
it pans down to my house, and I'm sitting with like no shirt on in the garden with my eyes
dude.
closed, like in the sun, and they're like, "Oh my God, who's this weirdo?" And then it's like, "Hi, I'm Evan, and I like to search old computers for Bitcoin." No.
Dude, definitely call your agent and pitch that and get us a Netflix deal.
Hey, Majestic, my friend Scott here says we should sit by a campfire, discuss estimated net worth, and drink cheap light beer. What do you think about that?
Bring the PBR and dude, that
I
was
like that. I'll start the fire, man.
had a that was a peep. Speaking of PBR, that was a moment. I was in Model UN and we were at a conference at University of Toronto, and there was a whole bunch of other Canadian college students that were there. I think Guelph, couple other schools were there, and we went out for drinks, and was just like, I'm not buying beer here. This is insane. $9 for a beer, and they're like, what do you mean? Oh,
You got so mad he threw his phone. $9 beer.
the gimbal just decided to go to sleep. But anyway, they were just like, what are you talking about? I was like, dude, $9 will get you multiple pitchers of beer of this quality in the States. And they're like, fuck you, no, it won't. So when we went home, sent them a picture, and it was like this bar, close to where I went to school, and I'm pretty sure it was like $3 PBR pitchers, and they were just like, what?
I can't believe it was that much more expensive. But that's one of the cool things about being so close is if you pay attention to the prices, you can leverage that pretty well. I knew a guy who preferred to live there because he was, shut down a lot of the year by the snow. Nobody expected you to be out and about. If he had to, he could be. But he saved a ton of money by not going out. He saved a ton of money by arbitraging prices on like little things like groceries. He was just a stingy guy. He's one of those like millionaire next door types who just, pinched pennies and saved, and eventually he was just, whatever, living the life kind of thing. Are you giving us the crotch cam?
Yeah, just doing a little.
I just love the idea that your mom or Christina is gonna walk in and they're, this is the view we get, but then they see you and you're like this. And they're like, why is he talking to little Alex? Listen.
Oh, the battery on this just died, so let me just give this a little juice.
Edwin said, what's the mantra about not owning your keys? Not your keys, not your crypto. That's what they say. It's the truth.
Yeah, there are so many just, terribly unfortunate stories of people who have like holding the hard drive. It's like, it's here, but don't have the key.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm thinking, like Edwin said in the comments, back then, they were stored on files on computer. I think .dat is one of the formats. There are other kinds of wallet files that it would be so easy to just like, once you got in, you just search the machine for. And Skull Elf, for somebody like that, they probably honestly could just look at a hard drive and be like, no, like they would have, I'm sure, more sophisticated ways to search for it or suggestions just to make it easy. Or Skull Elf would tell me like, no, dude, no, would quickly disavow me of it.
That's what I would be interested in. Like, if someone that I know is going to tell me like, is this even possible? I would ask him, and then see what he tells me.
Leftover Egg says they have a friend in New Jersey that has 10 Bitcoin he bought in 2013 and can't access. I also have a friend who bought like 100 Bitcoin in 2011 and just did it for research. And I know he doesn't have them anymore. I think he lost the I don't know what the hell he did, but
All right, I have no idea.
Okay, I am loading our mint links into the POAP bot. It is almost time to claim your POAP. Alex, real quick, in case somebody is new, in case they're not claiming POAPs with us yet, will you give them the spiel on what a POAP is and how the heck they can get it?
Yes. All right, so POAP stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol, POAP. It's basically just a cool way to memorialize the fact that you did a thing by putting proof of the thing that you did on a blockchain forever. There's a couple different ways that you can go about getting them. They are free. They cost nothing. You do not need an account or any of that, typically gatekeepy Web3 stuff to get involved. This is the artwork that is going on today's POAP, or I should say this week's. Easiest way to do it is to jump into our Discord server, discord.gg/themany. And right up at the top, you don't need any roles for it. Just do the old I'm not a robot proof thing. Up at the top, there's a channel called the Bot Hub. And in that, there is an embedded message with a POAP button underneath it. Just hit POAP. It will prompt you to enter a password, which Evan's going to give you here in just a moment. And entering that successfully will just give you a link. Follow the link. We'll take you to POAP's website and let you download let you mint the POAP.
Man, I couldn't have said it better myself. And this, as Alex indicated, is the beautiful art that you will get. Hold tight though. The bot is just giving me a time here. We have a manual POAP adding process. The claim process is a lot. Let's try this.
It looks like it worked.
Oh, really?
What are
Do you
those
know what the
links?
secret word is?
Yes.
What happens usually, Alex, is after I throw this message in, I get a message back that says your POAPs have been added with the secret, whatever the secret is. So I was just thinking maybe I.
Well, did it? I was gonna say, did it just because it? I'm seeing what looks like 20 unique minting links here.
Yeah, but usually that message is replaced, is what I'm saying. Like you would see that, and then you would see it get deleted, and the bot would be like, "Aha! Thank you so much, my friend." I don't know. It's been doing that sometimes. I have to do it twice or three times, and I don't know why.
Let
So
me let me chase the first one and see if these links are
Oh
actually.
no, the links definitely work. Don't
Oh,
chase it. The
okay.
links work. It's our
Just the upload. Well, and I mean, if it doesn't work for some reason, then just ping us and we'll send you a link.
hang on. Secret link. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, girl. First URL on a new line. I'm consulting with old messages from Willem. What the heck, man? Huh. Okay, one last try. Alex, I'm going to send you this list, and I want you to try this. You try it. See if you can do it. Hang on. The format is new line links. So it looks like this. These are the links, and this is the secret. And let's see if the bot likes Alex better than it likes me. That's gonna be rich. Majestic in the comments says proof of life is also good. I don't know if you are actually referring to the proof of life mechanism that people have called by many different names: proof of life, proof of humanity, proof of personhood is another one I've seen that I think is pretty good. That's going to become an increasingly interesting thing. Were you making a philosophical statement, or were you talking about the necessity for it? I'd like to know. For anybody who doesn't know, proof of life is on the future internet going to be. The internet is going to be inhabited by bots, artificial intelligence, adversaries who can anticipate your 50 next most likely moves and beat you there. And so it'll become increasingly important to know when you're dealing with a person. Already we suffer from bots and spam. No way. Are you kidding me? Well, then I guess it's my time to tell you that you can claim your very own POAP. Right now, they're live in the bot. The secret word is graffiti. GRAFFITI, graffiti. Head to discord.gg/the-many and you can get.
Rip.
And there are 38 people watching right now. So not quite everybody has a chance to get one. I'm sorry to say. If there is demand, I can make more. We can do it. We have the technology. But Alex, go take a hike, man. What did you do? How did you get it to work?
I asked nicely.
This is ridiculous. This is absolutely nuts.
I mean,
what? Serious? Oh my God! What did you do?
I just did the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, thank you, Majestic, for giving me the what do they call that? The call signs for letters. Alex in the military, Alpha Foxtrot Tango. What is
Alphanumeric.
that system called?
Um, the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah, the phonetic alphabet. You're very welcome, Fred. Come back anytime. Please feel free to get your POAP. It's our gift to you. Alex, did you have any luck chasing down? Did you hear back from the Ledger people about the stacks they owe you?
No, I'm never going to see that thing.
Never going to see that thing. Well, who knows? We're going to try and get ourselves some official cold wallet sponsors, and then we can do a little giveaway or something like
I
that.
definitely think that I have a better chance with Tracer.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a documented affiliate with Tracer for like 2.5 years. So I'll message them and ask because they have some new ones. Their new the new wallet, which is like a good budget option. So I think it would be worth the ask. We'll find out.
Yeah.
See if
Edwin asked what instrument I play, and I want to invite you to answer the question too, because I know you play a couple of instruments. I really mostly just do the white boy special. I play guitar and sing. I can play a lot of different instruments though. Like, I cannot play the cello, though I can play the upright bass. Alex, I noticed you had the cello out in your office the other day or something. Have you just been trying to make more time for music?
Yeah, just I hadn't played it in many years, so I figured I would crack it out, and realizing that I'm back at beginner student level, but
Sure.
been
You know what though? Let me tell you, I started playing guitar when I was 8, and played pretty seriously. I'm no John Mayer or anything, but I can play a lot of stuff. And then after college, like I don't know, just time in the day, man. I didn't play as much, and when I started going around playing places last year, making it serious commitment to do it. I'm better than ever. Anything I lost came back, and I definitely have a lot more stamina. Um, I try to do all my shows I usually play, depends on where, but about 3 hours, and I try to go just straight through, no breaks. So I warm up my hands real good, warm up my voice, and I feel equipped, man. So if you got a private party, you got a corporate event, you need somebody to bring the rock show and not let up, you call me. and call Alex. I'm gonna if you don't know, we're gonna be the 2-man gentleman band right here with the most unique instrumental combinations you've yet to see.
Go figure.
Only
that's can't believe it has a 5K daily limit. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough, man.
Yeah, I know. There's always PayPal or your bank or Bitcoin. No limit there.
No limit there.
I do appreciate that. We were talking about, or it wasn't us actually, but somebody made me think of you, Alex. Somebody was talking about the incredible amount of the word they used is privilege. I think we might have touched on this earlier in the week. I might have told you that somebody has to have to think that Bitcoin specifically, but crypto generally, is not a viable solution because it's not as convenient as going to the bank. Like most people would be glad to have a censorless, immediate way to communicate about money with the people they care about. It really is a tremendous amount of privilege we have to say, like, oh, it's just not as convenient.
I mean, just
perspective shift.
I didn't know this. Just in the United States, around 6 million people are unbanked, and that's in the United States. That's in the richest, most powerful country in the world. So worldwide,
oh, it's billions, at least 2.
1.5 billion.
1.5? Charles Hoskinson says 2 when he talks about it.
I mean, this is the World Bank's estimate.
I would expect the World Bank to have a good estimate, although maybe they have a reason to lower the numbers or report them differently.
Um, as of 2023, World Bank estimates 1.4 billion people worldwide are unbanked, roughly a quarter of the global population. This includes people who do not have an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider.
Another interesting statistic that's relevant to us is that more people have access to the internet than clean water. And I mean, you know, it's hopefully a problem they can solve with better access to the internet. But
Well, I've always wondered why one of these billionaires who could afford to fix a problem like that doesn't do it just for the clout.
yeah, right. PR forever.
Like it, even if it was purely selfishly motivated, like why doesn't one of the, like if it's 20 billion to fix homelessness in the United States, why doesn't someone just do it and gloat forever? Like just be the guy, like, hey, remember that time I cured homelessness? Like why wouldn't one of these demigod complex men do that?
I have generally never understood why more selfish people didn't do the self-interested thing
Yeah.
of helping others. Like, I feel like if you are the most egomaniacal, want everyone to love you, be about you dude, then why wouldn't you just go do nice stuff for people? Why wouldn't you just go help as many? Why not? It kills me when I meet a lot of young actors, especially a lot of people or old actors who are doing it for the first time. They're like, I just want to be famous. It's not a lot. It's a small subset.
Yeah.
And I like to tell those people, like, man, you are going to get so much rejection. People are going to hate you. They're going to overlook you. They're going to forget you. I said, if you really want to be famous, you should go be a pediatrician. Like, go work at St. Jude, man. Everybody, everywhere, going to love you all the time. You know what I mean? Like, good PR for days. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who donated one? What did you see this, Alex? I was looking on. A Houston man
Sounds
made a
about right.
machine that makes water out of air. He donated one to Flint. Is this the guy on TikTok? There's a guy on TikTok right now who's making fuel out of like plastic, recyclable plastic and stuff.
Yep.
I always feel like we get a couple of those scientists who are like pop culture scientists, and sometimes like their claims don't hold up, but then other times they do, and then they disappear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's all those conspiracy theories and rumors about, the electric car being invented however long ago and then being, or the cure for diabetes. And I always wonder, how much truth there is to any of that stuff. Because of course, would it surprise me? No.
No.
Anytime if your invention like threatens to take away, some gajillionaire's fortune, it would not surprise me at all that you'd find, I mean, people have killed for a lot less.
Edwin asked, I would like a Queen musical NFT. Has that ever been created yet? And generally asked about music NFTs. Let's give him a second. So I have just a quick Google search reveals to me that there have been a couple NFT collaborations with Queen that are or are not authorized. If you didn't know, an NFT can authenticate anything it's attached to, whether that's a digital file or the deed to your house, including things like a song, or the rights to a song, to the royalties from a song. A couple of these are The Show Must Go On is a generative art piece made from Queen's song, The Show Must Go On. Mello's Studio did a collaboration with Queen for commemorating their Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. And it looks like a couple of people have made unauthorized NFT artwork depicting Freddie Mercury. But I would say, in terms of NFT music, give our friend Tatiana a follow. Tatiana De Maria is her handle. Is that right?
Yep. No, it's TDM crypto.
Oh, at TDM Crypto. She's got a lot of spoofers and impersonators. But she's easy to find online. Tatiana De Maria. She's a musician, working musician who is extremely eloquent and articulate, passionate about Web3, is a co-founder of a platform called Nachi, based on Fibonacci, that is making a play at NFT music marketplaces. The goal is just to more directly use NFTs to more directly connect artists to the people who support them in myriad ways, whether it's releasing songs attached to NFTs, verifying streaming rights, sharing things. I mean, just imagine. We talked about this when Taylor Swift dropped her last album and did a vinyl and a limited edition vinyl and 4 pieces of art together. And I was like, oh, could you imagine, if that was a non-fungible token? If when you went to her concert, you could redeem the ticket for a digital download of her album. Like the possibilities in music, especially, are incredible. And Tatiana talks about them so well. That were you at the event? You were, Alex, in New York when she invited us all to that tiny, cramped, crowded room in the bar that really didn't want us there.
Yes.
And she gave just a brilliant, articulate presentation. She's so eloquent. Presentation to a room full of people who were really, I think, just there for free drinks. But it was a really good rep. I hung on every word. And we sat on the couch next to, I don't know, Mason and I think Crypto Keeper and I don't know. Was Ragsy there? Ragsy wasn't there. Mac was there. A bunch of NBA players were there. It was it was like it was a really eclectic mix of people. A lot of the ceiling in this room, which is a sports bar, was so low. And I was like, why the hell is the back room at a sports bar entertaining NBA players so low? Like why did they do that? Who is this?
It was a very strange event.
Do you have any other insight about music NFTs or thoughts to add to that might be helpful for Edwin or the folks watching later?
Sorry, hang on. I'm reading this question that Cha-Cha sent me in.
Oh, take your time. Take your time. Majestic says there's only 2 types of music, country and Western, and I play both.
So the question is, did you say you think that the farmer who sold his produce at the farmer's market for years should be paid by the farmer's market after being priced out? So wasn't priced out by other stands. He was priced out by the event organizer who just started charging more and more and more and more for your table slot. So basically, I mean, that's kind of how that works. It's like renting a table in a bar or a chair in a barbershop. You pay your shop dues, or your tattoo parlor pay your shop dues, and then you keep the rest that you make. So if you don't make enough to cover your shop dues, there's no point in going. Just to break even, or even end up in the red at the end of the day. And that was essentially where he got, was that the city of Savannah was charging him so much money for the table slot that he would have had to triple the prices on all of the food he was selling, which then just wasn't worth his time. So he couldn't make enough because of how much he had to pay the market organizer. Echo. Why is this open?
Hey, it's our friend Ken. What's going on, Ken? I bet you're about to sign in and help the people out on live. If you don't follow Kenneth Suna in the chat, I highly recommend it. He is a no BS, happy to help you kind of guy who doesn't speak beyond his knowledge. First of all, because his knowledge is well won and pretty extensive. And second of all, because he doesn't feel a need to prove himself to you like your influencer next door. So if you want stock advice, traditional investing picks, just general good wisdom to become a practical, savvy, person with your money, Kenneth is an awesome follow. He's live a couple times a week and also has a subscriber tier so you can support him directly. I just, we love Ken. I don't know if you want to come up, if you have a second, we'd welcome you to, give your tip of the day. Today is our Unhinged day on the show. We really don't have much of a structure on Thursdays. And Ken, if you want a free NFT, let me tell you this. We always give away a gift. I'm a little salty at Alex about it right now because he made it work when I couldn't. But we have a free commemorative NFT featuring this cool piece of art for the Rise Up Morning Show by Mr. Alex Popovich that you can claim using the secret word graffiti in our Discord server. I can send you the little instructions if you're interested in. It's not a time-sensitive thing. You can do it later. I would be honored to have our NFTs in Ken's possession. That would be really cool.
That would be pretty sweet. So Edwin, it depends what chain you're interested in using. OpenSea is probably still the king, but I think it's kind of a dinosaur. The there's probably some new ones. I know Rarible is a pretty solid choice. If I mean Magic Eden over on Solana is a good choice. If that's again, it depends on the chain. Nothing
What
wrong
was the
with it.
question? Just like how to.
Good NFT marketplaces.
Yeah, it really depends on the chain and what kind of NFTs you want to collect. I think if you're interested in music NFTs, I would recommend OpenSea. I think they have the most robust interface for it. And this is my grain of salt answer because it's been about 7 months since I have looked at one or bought one. But definitely check out Tatiana's page, TDM Crypto. Um, I think where did I buy Stilo's NFT? I think Nifty Gateway also does a lot of collaborations in many mediums. Another thing you might want to check out is Snoop Dogg. Just Google Snoop Dogg NFTs to see where Snoop Dogg has dropped his. He has probably done more NFTs than any mainstream artist I am aware of personally. Um,
Um, there are dedicated ordinals websites, Rudo, but I know Magic Eden. I think you can do ordinals on Magic Eden too.
mm-hmm.
Let me
Yes,
look.
you can.
Okay.
But let me see.
Yeah.
Somebody asked this just the other day, and I honestly didn't know. Um, I'm not very hip to like the current of ordinals, but if you want to be hip to it, I really would recommend using X, Twitter for that. By the way, this is the first time I have defaulted to calling it X, and I don't like it. There are a lot of really like ear to the ground communities, and it's super easy if you're on it to just make a what do they call it, Alex? A list, a circle. Um, where you can add the accounts you want to follow and you can make a
Oh,
timeline that is just
yeah,
those people.
yeah.
Because a lot of the ordinal stuff is happening, quickly still. It's a small space, fast moving space. Um, and I actually would highly recommend for anybody else who is like just getting in on ordinals, on inscriptions, that you look up a concept called colored coins. They were the first type of NFTs on the Bitcoin network um, that aren't quite the same as ordinals, aren't quite the same as NFTs, but it was a way to tell one fungible token from another by changing what was written with it on the blockchain ledger. Um, ordinals is like the evolution of that protocol. And you can go down a whole rabbit hole about why they do it, how they do it, how to mint your own ordinals. Just conceptually, it's interesting.
Yeah, there's
Oh, and
there
let me say
are
one more thing. I'm sorry. You will need a particular type of wallet called referred to as an ordinals wallet. It's got a type of wallet address. I think it's called a Taproot. I will look it up, but just know. I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say there's a couple other marketplaces too then that work. I've never heard of most of these, but again, I'm not into ordinals. OKX has one that I guess does ordinals, and then there's kind of the more independent
Yeah, and
DApp
there's an explorer for
or
them.
yeah,
Ordinals.com.
Ordzar, Unisat.
Ordzar. Like CZAR czar.
Yeah, yeah. It's ORDZAAR. And the screenshot of the front page of Ordzar is just like the first one is Gary Gensler with devil horns,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
right next to a Pepe.
That's classic. We do need a moderator. Majestic, that's very kind of you to offer. I'm going to message you after the show anyway because we keep messaging, and I know you'd like to be on the show, and I would love to have a conversation with you. Like I said, I just want to have the chance to talk to you voice to voice. I feel like you're a big part of the show already because you always contribute great stuff to the conversation. Um, I oh, that's interesting. Yeah, some of these on ordinals.com, they're real works of art. I don't know, man. Other people's NFTs. You know, I love it. I want to know. I want to know where Pac has gone. I have this.
Is there just nothing going on lately?
No, I mean Pac posts stuff, but nothing is like happening.
Oh.
Which is fine. You know, Pac's
I
done
mean,
enough. Honestly,
I would
I just
assume
am
it's just,
I'm so excited by the stuff they do with smart contracts. Um, that it just makes me wonder. You know, like where are you? What are you going to do next?
I mean, the market for his particular brand of art is just gone right now. So I don't know if it's worth his time to do it. Um, I have to imagine like he'll do something, but you know, maybe nothing new enough has come around or changed enough, or
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
The Accountant, great movie.
yeah, thanks, Ken. This is our unhinged show, man. It's totally, you know, it's just it's loose today. We'd love to have you back anytime. Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's when we're here, people. And if you have a suggestion, a question, word of wisdom, a good joke, you can leave it in the comments, or you can join the conversation on Discord. Is really the best way to send us, you know, a longer question, to leave a link, share a resource. It's just more robust. Discord.gg/the many. Whether you're watching this live or on YouTube, that's the place to come hang out with us. And I do want to remind you that if you miss an episode, we will post them. I think what I'm doing is I'm posting them on Thursdays. Like today, I'm uploading all the episodes for this week. If you're watching this on YouTube, we do this live on TikTok at Conversations with Evan, and also Alex at Alex. I always mess yours up for Twitter. Is it Faceless Labs, right?
No,
It's
that's Twitter.
TikTok.
No, TikTok is the full word. Olbs is
Never should have switched it from demonic crypto, man.
I just, you know, it wasn't the vibe. The show though is hosted on Evan's page, Conversations with Evan.
But they can find it. They should follow you because they
But
should.
interestingly though, none of these contribute to my like live stats. This doesn't count as me going live.
It's so wild. And
It's
you know, we've talked about like what's the best way to like accurately represent that and capture it, and right now this is it. So, you know, I'm a live superstar and Alex gets nothing.
bingo.
So send Alex a little gift. Send him a little, you know, pay $1 to send him a 1-cent rose. Don't do that. But if you do want to help the show, you can tap the screen. You can share it with your friends that might find it helpful. You can leave a comment. You can go stream it on Faceless Labs YouTube. That really helps us. Alex and I are getting our ducks in a row to take the show to the next level. We've been saying it for a while, but we're, you know, incrementing it, baby stepping it, looking at Substack for newsletters.
Yep.
We certainly would welcome somebody who wanted to be a moderator, had a suggestion for how we can make the show better, more valuable, sponsors to connect us with, guests to connect us with, yada, yada, yada. You know, so we're here to help you guys and help ourselves, help the Faceless Many. It's all about what we can do to add value to a space where people are, you know, trying to take a lot. And we appreciate that you invest so much attention. You know, Tori, Edwin, Majestic, so many of you are here every day. The good crust is here all the time, and it means a lot to us. We don't take it for granted. So we want it to be a good return on your attention, your feedback, your suggestions, everything is welcome because it's your show. You know, we just, you know, we're just talking. Oh, hang on 2 seconds. Hi, baby. Oh, I got a coffee delivery. Yeah, I did. I told him. She said, "Did you tell Alex about his great hair?" I told him he was Model McModel.
Showstopper.
A showstopper. Did you hear that?
Made me stop TikToking with them.
I only believe it because it's Kim saying it.
I'm sorry, Alex. What'd you say?
I only believe it because Kim said it.
Yeah, he only believes it because you said it, baby. She's laughing. That's the power of Kim. You know, she's sincere.
She's also elusive.
She is elusive. You know, she's shy. I'll tell you, we went she hired me to do like a singing telegram. I posted it here on TikTok for a friend of hers while she was out of town. And when she goes out of town and we like talk, we'll talk. but I'm always like, oh, you want to FaceTime? And she's like, no, she doesn't like looking at herself on camera. You know, and Kim is actually she's a shy person. Um, and so she made time to FaceTime her friend for her birthday, and I was the guy holding the camera, and I was smiling like an idiot the whole time because I, got to see her, and I thought she looked great. Um, and I usually don't get to when she's out of town. I just gotta wait. She is elusive.
She's very elusive.
She's like a
Yeah.
cat, man. She'll come to the edge of your garden and just kind of wait there for you and be like, "Come over here. You want to talk to me?" And then when you get a little closer, she's like, "No, no, no, not you." You know. She's like
Yeah.
a cat, and I'm like a dog. I'm
That
like
sounds about right. If I hadn't met her, I'd be tempted to think that she's the girlfriend that you just made up.
Yeah. She's totally real, and
No, God,
this
she's
term.
real. She's real. I promise, she's real.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Alex told me when we hung out in Savannah that he's getting a little long hair bug. He's growing out the hair. You're thinking you said like shoulder length, right? Is
I'm
what you're
thinking
maybe
like
shooting for?
I'm thinking like Chris Evans in Endgame length, you know.
Dude.
Nothing
And I think
nothing crazy. Just
I think it's looking really cool, man.
it's right now it's just a mess right now, but my barber has to fix it up and clean it up. I just need to because I had the hard part cut in for so long that that part's got to grow out, and that's just an awkward thing to grow out.
Yeah, I get it. Mary asked, "How are the kittens?" The kittens are elusive. Also, we have feral cats, mama cat, who has been pregnant for 60 days. Showed up and was skinny. We haven't seen the kittens yet. Kimberly thinks she knows where they are. The last time kittens were afoot, Kimberly did not do. I mean, she was working and doing stuff, but mostly it was like on kitten breaks. She was at our window like doing this all day. She made me check under my car every time I, move. She was like, "Don't go out the front door, go out the back door." And so we're on kitten watch here. But when they come around, maybe I'll send a
Say
video.
hi. No, one thing about feral cats is they're very good at hiding their kittens.
Yeah, they really are. Alex, what are you doing this weekend? Hanging out with your mom? Hanging out with your sister?
Yep, they're going to go to the rescue tomorrow, and then we're actually going to see Disturbed tonight.
Really? They're in Georgia?
They are in Savannah tonight. Yep.
Are you a big Disturbed fan?
Oh yeah.
Since the sickness, probably, yeah.
Since everything, all of it. Never wrote a bad song.
Yeah. Yeah, and their singer, I don't think he's underrated. I think people appreciate his ability, but I think, yeah, Max said it. Oh, wow. He's awesome.
David
Great
Draymond.
singer.
I mean, he deserves more recognition. He is criminally underrated.
Yeah.
He's so.
Mac, if you want to come up on the end of the show, we're probably just getting out of here in a minute. I was just, doing final thoughts, good jokes, words of wisdom kind of stuff. You're always welcome here. But this is our Unhinged day. We've just finished a fairly nerdy week about infrastructure. How do you get on the Web3, the tokens, wallets, and keys? We just gave out the POAP. By the way, I'm going to show it off one more time because we got Mac here. Check out this cool POAP that your boy did. Look at this. Doesn't that look like it would be like Alex's moody, like high school dream girl when he was like a little punk kid before he met Christina, and then he was like, "Oh, now you are the love of my life."
When
he was in love with graffiti on a wall.
Came out of Hot Topic.
I mean, yeah, she's probably wearing those trap pants. Yeah.
Trip.
Yeah, Alex had one swoop.
Trip pants.
Trip pants. Trap pants. Trip pants. That's what I said. I just have an accent. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's not Evan's vibe. It's not Scarecrow from a 1930s farm enough for Evan.
Yeah, homeless pirate. Yeah, Stephanie, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm not hip with it, as the kids say, but I'm
I mean,
trying.
those things are vintage now. That's old news.
Isn't that wild to think about? Um, Edwin, I'm not sure what you mean, but this is a good comment. Ask Starbucks to buy rights and place their cup.
For the
Are
for
you
the
talking
POAP
about a
art,
sponsorship thing?
for the POAP art. Put a Starbucks cup in her hand.
Oh, that's a great idea. Dave, who is a regular here, one of the Faceless Many, is with me in their Web3 beta community, and I highly recommend it. The Starbucks Odyssey program is an awesome example of what NFTs for everyday consumers can do, just in terms of like the incentives. I think I have gone to Starbucks more in the last year or so I've been in the beta program than I have at any point in my life. And at one point in my life, there was a Starbucks on my college campus, and I was, excited about it, because it was like the cheapest food around. Can you believe it?
I mean,
Um,
there was a Starbucks at Northern. Howard Schultz graduated from Northern Michigan um, University, interestingly enough. So he put a Starbucks on campus
yeah.
as a gift to the school. And
Stephanie says, only goth fuel is coffee as dark as our soul.
yes,
I
accurate.
don't know if that's how Stephanie said it. But I get it. That's hilarious. I love it. We have an awesome coffee shop down the road that just won an award, and I'm going to try and I want to show them the Starbucks Odyssey program. They won an award. I think they're called Sprudgies. Apparently, it's a big deal in the coffee community, for International Roaster of the Year. It's called Coffee Black. Check them out. They ship internationally, spelled with an X in place of the O. They were selected to become stewards of this coffee farm in Ethiopia. I don't know the story well enough to tell it like they do, but they are to coffee is like their whole thing. They have a coffee club. It's called the Anti-Gentrification Coffee Club. It's right down the street from me in our like gritty neighborhood. It's fantastic. And I just think they do such a good job telling the story. Most of their customers are online. And when I have time one of these days, as we get to know each other better, I'm going to go in and tell them, hey, this is what Starbucks is doing. And it shouldn't be just Starbucks doing this. Like the Anti-Gentrification Coffee Club and Coffee Black absolutely need to use non-fungible tokens to build a deeper relationship with audiences around the world, and whatever, invite them to experience the true cultural tradition of coffee.
Yeah, I love just the vibe of little indie coffee shops. But I have to say, and it's super corporate. But the last time when I was in Chicago, when I went to the embassy, we went to the, what's it called? The Reserve, the Starbucks Reserve, which is like a 4-story Starbucks downtown.
Yeah.
That was a hell of an experience. And if you get a chance to go check it out, it's wild.
Do they have like people roasting stuff there, and like who know the whole chain and talk to you about it and nerd out with you?
Yeah, it's split into levels. So like the bakery's on one level, and then the other 3 levels are all coffee, but they're different kinds of coffee. So you can only get certain kinds of coffee on certain floors because they have all the shit there, and it's like very specialized. But it's like going to a really fancy bar with like really like intense bartenders, except they're all baristas and they just do crazy coffee shit. And there's tons of stuff you can buy, and there's tons of it. There's like a mini Starbucks museum. The most heavily caffeinated cup of coffee I've ever had in my whole life came from there. I felt like I was on speed. It was insane. And I drink a lot of coffee, so it was like a little tiny thing, and it was more intense than, four or 5 full mugs.
I do remember you telling me about the experience of not being able to get everything at every register and being like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, Turkish coffee. One of my good friends when I was younger was a German exchange student, and his dad was an Arabic studies professor at U of M, and was also obsessed with Turkey. And he made an incredible cup of Turkish coffee. It was ludicrously strong.
I love Turkish coffee. Absolutely. I think
stronger and heavier and nastier
The
the better.
last time I had it was actually in Miami. I think I had like Cuban
Yeah.
coffee and then Turkish coffee, like 2 days together, back to back, and I was wired, man.
Yeah,
I
very
was
very different
awake.
vibe. Really
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah. Um, well, man, I tell you what, I'm pretty. Oh wait, hang on. Let me get this comment from Dave because Dave, do you know the roaster that Alex is talking about? Dave had, he shared with me about the latest round of incentives. He says, first of all, for the people on YouTube, Dave's comment is, I had a great experience at the Seattle Reserve, Starbucks's. Had a great discussion with the roaster. Dave has had some of the top level incentives for a while in the Starbucks program, just because he's active, he's participating. Um, and he was saying he was real close to the top 20 people in the latest round of incentives. They were going to get a free trip to Costa Rica. I mean, at every level, the incentives are cool for Starbucks. I think at my level, I got to donate, the equivalent of like 125 meals to a charity. But you could get, a tumbler with your name on it, or a virtual like coffee tasting experience, or in real life stuff like this, a trip to Costa Rica. But apparently, a bunch of investors, one of the ways you can get points is by, surprise, buying NFTs. And so, unfortunately for Dave, somebody with deep pockets came in and bought him out. But also, probably fortunately for someone like Dave, the incentive was so cool that people who got these NFTs mostly for free by like doing a maze online or learning about the history of coffee were able to sell them for, in some cases, hundreds of dollars. The first Odyssey NFT, he told me, is now worth $550,
Yeah.
just free. Um, so it could go up, could go down, but the awesome opportunity to like actually connect with the brand you care about, or a brand, in my case, you don't even care about that much, but now you care about more. Like, good job, Starbucks, and good job. Who's the company? Is it Forum Three? That
Oh, yeah. I'm not
uh,
sure.
uh,
I'd have to
I've
look
already
up.
forgotten. They killed it though. But I was just getting ready to say, man, I'm feeling well met.
As am
I
I.
don't want to keep you from your family. I don't want to keep our folks from their day. I'm good.
Sounds good. I'm well met. Ready for a big week of gaming next week.
Heck yeah, man. Let's talk about it over the weekend, and just text about it. We'll have a great show prep for you on Monday. I'm gonna get the episodes up to YouTube. The secret word is graffiti. Go claim your awesome POAPs. Thank you for spending your mornings or your afternoons or your evenings, your mornings somewheres with us. Join us in the Discord at discord.gg/the many if you haven't. And of course, feel free to reach us there until next time, but we'll be back bright and early Monday. Until then, my friends, rise up.